Hey, good morning everybody. Welcome back to my channel, Canning with Kerstin. On today's episode, we are making chili and we're going to can that. So I've already gone through the process of dicing, cutting up and dicing all my peppers. I've got jalapeno peppers, bell peppers, I've got mushrooms, onions, and over here on the stove I'm browning up my ground beef so I can get that in the pot. So first thing we're going to do is we're just going to start adding ingredients to the stock pot. And this is a 1 gallon bag. That is 1 onion. The onions I got are massive. Sure, they're strong. I love the different colors of the peppers. Makes everything looks really pretty when it's done. I only did 3 jalapenos, which for me that's fine. I mean, I do like my chili on the spicy side. But okay, so you can see in my large stock pot, there's a lot of veggies in there. Now I'm getting ready to do some tomato sauce and my kidney beans, garlic, chili seasoning. Okay, so I've added the kidney beans, and as you can see, I use both light kidney beans and dark kidney beans. I've got it on like a medium heat right now. It's going to take a while for the mushrooms and peppers and onions to like cook down. All right, guys, it's been a few hours, and the vegetables are just perfect the way we want them. Nice and tender, but not too tender. So we're going to go ahead and get started on canning them. I have in my canner, my jars, they're all heated up. And I've got my lids in the pot back there, they're heating up. And I've got more jars and rings over here in the sink. So let's get started. And as usual, I have made more than normal. For some reason, I can't seem to do small batches. With these, we need to leave about a 1-inch headspace. I have to take a little bit out of that jar. Got a little too full on me. But look at those. Don't they look really good? The chili came out perfect. The flavoring is amazing. Not too spicy, but not too mild. The whole house smells amazing. Okay, so now we have our debubbling tool. I'm going to slide it in. Push the contents to the center. And I'm not really seeing any bubbles. So if you see here, you get a little bit of stuff right there on the inside. When it's like that, I just tend to wipe it off just to make sure it doesn't boil up to underneath the lids. Because I just want to make sure that all my jars are going to seal. So sometimes they don't, and that's okay. If they don't, then you've got a 24-hour window once they come out of the canner to get them in the fridge. And being that you can't check them for 12 hours, gives you plenty of time to get them in the fridge. Okay, so now we're putting our lids on. Maybe I'm just going to dance with him today. And the whole purpose of putting your lids into water and heating them up on the stove is it softens up the rubber ring. So then when it's in the pressure canner, it will seal better. So now you're gonna put your rings on. I'm not gonna tighten them yet. I'm gonna get all my rings on. Okay, so now you're gonna finger tight them. Okay, let's get these in the canner. I'm gonna do a second layer today because I've got so much chili I have to can. It saves time. So there's the first layer. Now I'm throwing this on, and we'll be doing our second layer now. Okay, so we have both layers in there. Now it's time to put the lid on and let it steam. Let it come up to temperature and then steam for 10 minutes. Steady steam before we put the jiggler on. Okay, so I've let this go for 10 minutes with a steady steam. Now I'm putting the jiggler on top. And as soon as the pressure gauge comes up to 10, then and holds steady at 10 pounds, then I will start the timer for an hour and 15 minutes. So we have gone through the hour and 15-minute process on these jars. And once the pressure came down after I shut the stove off, I let them set in the canner for 10 minutes before I removed the lid. Then once I removed the lid, I let them sit in the canner for another 5 minutes. And I just want to say that while I was waiting to pull the jars out for that 10-15 minutes, I started prepping my next batch. So I've got 14 more jars ready to go into the canner. I mean, doesn't that just look wonderful? They turned out really beautiful. Some of the lids already started popping while they were in the canner. So I know those are sealed. I mean, all of them haven't popped yet, but like this one here that I'm pulling out, it hasn't popped yet. And how you know, and I don't know if you can see it, but there's like a bump in the center of the lid. When it seals, it actually pulls that bump down. Oh, did you hear that? That was the pop that we're listening for. That's how you know it's sealed. That's one of the ways you know it's sealed. So right now, I have got 28 full jars of chili. The 14 I just canned, plus the next 14 that are going into the canner. Oops. Had a little bit of siphoning. You can see it on the jars. Well, anyway, I am not going to bore you with the second round of this. It's going to be the exact same process as before. Well, guys, that's it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed learning how to can chili. But please like and subscribe, share the channel. You know, I appreciate your support. And maybe next time we'll can up some tomatoes. Thanks again for watching.